Hello, 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 hello. Most professionals don't struggle because they lack expertise. They struggle because they've never been taught how to monetize it. There's a difference between being good at something and structuring it so people will pay for it. So today I'm breaking down the five biggest mistakes that stop skilled professionals from turning expertise into revenue. If you're talented but inconsistent in income, this is likely where the gap is. So quickly, mistake number one, underdefined audience. If you say I help everyone, you help no one. Clarity increases your value. When your audience is underdefined, your messaging becomes vague, your pricing becomes hesitant, and your confidence drops. Significantly, if you want to build authority specifically, you need to change all of this. Who exactly do you help? Ask yourself that question. Who do I help? At what stage? With what problem? Until that is clear, monetization feels unstable. Until you get this right, until you identify who you help, what stage you help them, and what problems do you solve. Are you helping them at the beginning stage, discovery stage, trying to figure out, who their avatar is, who their market, the target audience, and all that? Or you're coming in at a level they already established, but they need visibility. You need to understand the stage you're helping them at, what problem, what pain point you're trying to take off their shoulder. If you can get those three things right, then you are on your way to monetizing your skill. Mistake number two, real quick, undefined outcomes. You see, most professionals describe services, they describe every other thing out there, but except for what they do, right? They describe every other thing. See me looking here. I'm actually streaming also on other platforms, right? They do not define the outcomes that the services provide. You say, I offer consulting, I offer coaching, I offer strategy. Those are activities. Those are activities, right? Those are activities. If you want to get a premium offer, if you want to put a premium offer out there, premium offers offer, outcome, right? These are offers that help build on the outcomes. So you want to ask yourself questions like, what changes because someone worked with me? What is going to change because someone took a chance to work with you? Those are the outcomes you are trying to define. What measurable improvement happens? What problems disappear? People do not buy sessions, they buy results. People do not buy sessions, they buy result. Mistake number three, right? Mistake number three, no structured process. You do not have any structured process. If your delivery changes every time, you don't have an offer. You have customization label. You have customized label. You do not have an offer if your delivery changes every time, right? What is your fulfillment, package like? What is your fulfillment process like? A premium offer requires a defined framework, a repeatable process. It does require a repeatable process. You need to repeat it over and over and over, right? It needs to be clear. You need to have clear milestone. And then guess what? Predictable delivery. Your delivery has to be predictable. And then your structure builds trust. If you have structures in place, you build that trust. People don't buy from strangers, they buy from people they know. What is your structure like? Right? Here is the method. Here is my methodology. Here is my principles. Here is my formula. Here is my structure. You immediately increase your perceived value once you get this right, right? And then mistake number four is the pricing from insecurity. You're pricing from insecurity, right? This one is pretty much subtle. Most professionals price based on what feels comfortable, they price on what competitors charge, they price on what they think people can afford. If you're thinking, oh, I need to get in your pocket, I need to be like my competitors, I need to the people to feel comfortable around me, you are not giving your premium offer out there. You're not positioned as a right, professional that knows what it is they're doing, right? Now, instead of that, the value of the transformation is what you should be thinking about. The cost of the problem. What is the cost in terms of if somebody has a problem and you're bringing a solution, what is that cost to them? That is your pricing scheme. That's your pricing should be around there. The economic impact of the outcome, right? On the pricing is really, 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 a market issue. This is something that people really don't understand, right? It's usually a confidence issue, right? It's really a market issue. It's usually a confidence issue. And the confidence grows from structure. Your confidence grows from structure, right? Now, mistake number 5, no conversion pathway. This is where visibility collapses. If you don't have a conversion pathway, a fulfillment platform, you actually lose your visibility. You cannot post content, share insights, build an audience. But if, guess what? Why I'm laughing, because a lot of professionals fall under here, right? This is a space where you always constantly trying to post content. I've been there. I know a couple of people that have been there. You're posting and posting and posting. You cannot post all those things, post content, share insights, and build audience, and you're not making money, right? So guess what? If there's no clear next step, if there's no action plan, if there's no call to action, if you're not giving an offer, if there's no defined offer, no structure ascension, revenue becomes accidental. Serious businesses do not monetize accidentally. They build a pathway. They build a pathway. They build a pathway. So you're going to go away from today's episode, go write down the pathways, the fulfillment path that you're going to use, the offer that you need to put in place to be able to get this required, outcome, right? Now, guess what? You don't want to build accidental, money, what we call one hit wonder. You want to have a predictable pathway. You want to have an entry. You want to have a core. You want to have a premium, right? Monetization is architecture. It's not hope. Right. So we're going to be doing so much of all the deep dive into how you can get this done. So you want to stay locked on my platform, right? You want to stay locked and you begin to understand how you can get these things done. Now, if you recognize yourself in any of the 5 mistakes, that's not failure. That's not failure. It's feedback, right? No one teaches skilled professionals how to transition from operator to ownership. People hardly teach you that, right? You are trained to work, not trained to structure. And that's why monetization feels harder when it shouldn't, right? When it shouldn't, right? So guess what? Expertise is common. Monetized experts is structured. If you want to be in that monetized space where you are, paid your worth, you want it to be structured. The market does not reward knowledge alone. The market does not reward knowledge. You can get knowledge from anywhere, from Chat GPT, from Google, from anywhere, encyclopedia, anywhere, right? It rewards clarity. You need to be clear about your offer. You need to be clear about what you do, your services, and your product. You need to be confident. You need to have defined outcomes. If you want to turn what you know into predictable revenues, you must stop improvising. You must stop improvising and start architecting, right? Start becoming an architect. You now know what works. You want to have a set formula. I want to know this is what we need to implement. This is how, if you add this, if you do this, this is the results, right? Because skills can earn income, but structure, expertise, build leverage, build revenue, structure wealth. You own your platform, and you will see, everything begin to change for you. And I just want to wish you all the best. I want to wish you all the best. Stay tuned on the next episode. We're unraveling this thing bit by bit to ensure that you arrive at your destination, your desired outcome. And the sky is only going to be the stepping stone to your next level. See you at the next one. Bye bye.